Hey guys, Gizmodic here, and this is my full review of the Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime. The Redmi 3S is available for a price of 7000 rupees, whereas the 3S Prime sells for 9000 rupees. I have been using a Redmi 3S for almost a month now, and after using this phone on a day-to-day basis, I'm finally here with my full review. So is the Redmi 3S Prime the best entry-level smartphone that you can buy? Let's find out. When you pick up a Redmi 3S for the first time, you quickly notice how compact and easy to use this phone is. After using a lot of phones with a 5.5-inch display, the 5-inch display on the Redmi 3S is a welcoming change. The display is 720p though, and at 294 pixels per inch, it is not that sharp either. Overall, it is a good panel as it has decent colors and viewing angles. At this price point, you can't really expect more, and this is one of the good displays that you can get. The 5-inch display combined with the metal build quality gives this phone a very nice and premium feel in the hand. Xiaomi has not compromised in the build quality department, as even small things like the power button and the volume rockers do feel solid and they don't wobble at all. I would still recommend you to get a case for this phone, as I did drop it badly once and it did get chipped at some places. The Redmi 3S Prime also gets a fingerprint sensor on the back, which is fairly responsive, and both the Redmi 3S and the Redmi 3S Prime get an IR blaster, which is a good thing to have at this price point. The compact size coupled with a very good build quality makes the Redmi 3S a very usable phone, and I actually loved using this phone as my daily driver because I could easily use it with one hand. So a big thumbs up to Xiaomi in terms of design and build quality. Now moving on to the insides of the Redmi 3S Prime, you have an Octa-Core Snapdragon 430 CPU with 2 or 3 GB of RAM. These specifications might not sound very impressive on paper, but the Redmi 3S Prime flies in terms of day-to-day usage. Things like browsing social media, emails, WhatsApp run flawlessly on the phone, and even the RAM management is very impressive. When it comes to playing heavy-end games, the Redmi 3S Prime handles that as well, and in fact I do have a dedicated gaming review of this phone. I have tested it with all of the intensive games, and I will link that video in the description box. One of the reasons why the Redmi 3S performs so well is its software. The phone has been launched with MIUI 7, but the MIUI 8 update is rolling out very soon. I did use this phone for about 15 days on MIUI 7, and after that I did install the MIUI 8 developer ROM. It is based on Android 6.0 Marshmallow, and I'm really happy with what Xiaomi is doing with MIUI 8. There are some very useful features like second space, dual apps, scrolling screenshots, a newly designed calculator, and a newly designed notification shade. All of this combined gives a very good user experience on the Xiaomi Redmi 3S. My only gripe with the software is that sometimes apps like WhatsApp would stop running in the background and I have to open them manually to get my messages. But after the MIUI 8 update, this happens very rarely. The Redmi 3S Prime also gets a 13 megapixel camera on the back along with a 5 megapixel camera on the front. I have already done a separate camera review of this phone and I will link it in the video's description so that you guys can check it out. The Redmi 3S also sports a 4100 mAh of battery, and it gets an unbelievable battery life on a single charge. No matter how heavily I use the phone, I could not kill the battery in a single day. I could get anywhere between 8 to 9 hours of screen on time, and like I said, the battery backup is just incredible on this phone. So if you are a heavy user, the Redmi 3S will easily last you a full day and maybe even more without any sorts of issues. The call quality and the network reception were also good on the phone. It has dual SIM cards, so you can use two 4G SIMs, and it also has VoLTE support, which is great. The nano SIM card slot can also be used as a microSD card slot to expand the storage up to 128 GB. Overall, the Redmi 3S Prime is a complete smartphone, and at the price tag of 7000 and 9000 rupees, you definitely can't go wrong with it. It feels premium and easy to use in one hand, has a very good performance, insane battery life, impressive user interface, and an above average camera. For 1000 rupees extra over the Redmi 3S Prime, you can get the 2GB Redmi Note 3, but if you want a phone that's not so big and does not compromise on performance, the Redmi 3S Prime is the way to go. The Redmi 3S, which sells for 7000 rupees, has 2 GB of RAM and misses out on the fingerprint sensor, but even then it makes up for an amazing entry level smartphone. So yes, I would definitely recommend you to go buy the Redmi 3S and you will be happy with it. That concludes my review of the Xiaomi Redmi 3S Prime. I would request you to please like this video if you enjoyed watching it, and it would be great if you can go like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter. It does help the channel out a lot. Also, don't forget to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below this video. Thanks for watching and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.